Well, as Liz Taylor said to her 7 husbands, 8 marriages, I won't keep you long. I want to begin with a short letter written to me years ago by a young viewer named Ricardo. He had a lot of nice things to say about me. But one line that he wrote has stuck with me. "You give reporting a good name," he said. "You make me feel like I can do anything I set my mind to." And that's exactly the approach that I've always taken with my career. Let me share Ricardo's note. "Dear Jackie, I am in the 5th grade and I am your biggest fan. I think your reporting is super and very interesting. And when I see you on TV, I feel very happy and glad that I am who I am. You give reporting a good name and make me feel I can do anything I set my mind to. You give the news something that it never had before, a heart and soul. When I grow up, I want to be a news person just like you. I know that I can do it because your face on TV makes me feel better. I was wondering if you would send me an autographed picture of yourself. I would love to have a picture of you to keep me interested in TV reporting. I know you will be my reason to keep working on my schoolwork so I can be a TV person too. Thank you, Miss Robinson. Sincerely, Ricardo." I did send Ricardo an autographed picture of myself. Growing up in North Syracuse, there was no one on television who looked like me. I guess I could have started the selfies craze. For all the parents out there that don't know, this is the only generation that takes pictures of themselves and then posts them on the internet. Back then, there was no internet. There were no minorities, no women on television. I was dealing with a typewriter and film. It was the early 70s, and it was all white men. So the community leaders challenged the broadcast licenses of the television station, saying, "Television is supposed to be reflective of your community. Why isn't it?" The TV station said, "Nobody's qualified." The FCC said, "Qualify someone." And so, opportunity knocked in 1974, the year I graduated from Cicero High School. I'm one of 5 children. My dad was working 2 jobs and my mom was working 1 to raise all of us. Education was so important to my parents. They believed it's the key to success. Our only job, they told us, was to get good grades. My sister was attending Hampton Institute, it's now Hampton University, because she was a good student, an A student. My brother Mandel was being recruited to play football for Syracuse University by Floyd Little. They were bringing his jersey out of retirement for my brother, the famous number 44. And that left me. What was I going to do? Like many of you, the students that are here with us tonight, I was camped out at the guidance counselor's office, filling out applications for anything and everything and all sorts of scholarships and awards. My mom came home with a flyer from the National Council of Negro Women, where she was president. The TV stations had put together a full scholarship to Syracuse University's Newhouse School of Communications for a minority student to major in communications. Good grades, several essays, and several interviews later, I won that full scholarship. This opportunity helped change local television. Gone are the days when TV personalities, professors, our president, and so many other professions can only look like somebody else. Heroes look like all of us. We have to make sure that the stories that we tell, the television we produce, the movies, the commercials, the jobs that exist today includes all of us, regardless of race, class, or gender. I stand here tonight on the shoulders of Harriet Tubman and so many others who blazed a path and refused to give up. Her sacrifice makes me hope that one day we will all live up to her legacy of service, not just for me or my family or my community, but for all of us and those following in our footsteps, the younger generation, the Scholarship and Promise Award recipients being honored tonight. Would you all please stand and let them get a good look at you? You are our future. Thank you. Winning that full scholarship was not easy. They did not want a woman. A woman is going to be too emotional. A woman is going to cry. A woman is going to be more concerned about her appearance, her perfectly sculptured nails. A woman is going to get pregnant, or she might get her MRS degree while at Syracuse University. I wanted to turn that scholarship down. I wanted to attend an HSBC, an historically black college. My parents said, no, you're not. You are going to SU. And so we cut a deal. And the deal was, I would attend Syracuse University if they would not visit me every Sunday after church with my mom in her huge wide brim hat and my father in his suit. And so I did live at Sadler Dormitory on the SU campus all 4 years. And they did visit me every Sunday after church. And I pretended to be away at college, but it didn't stop me from calling home and asking for money. Now, the first summer, I promised to save money for books. I was working at a clothing store. Unfortunately, my job was to straighten the clothes and to ticket the merchandise. Well, every week, I had a new outfit picked out and basically signed my paycheck back over to the store. The next summer, my mom said, get a real job. There was an opening as a newsroom secretary at what was then WSYR radio and television station. It's now WSTM CMY Central. It changed my life. I had an opportunity to work with some of the best in the business. Bob Costas was the sports guy. Steve Croft of 60 Minutes fame was a reporter. He was Jim Kenyon. National correspondent Gene Meserve was a reporter. Al Roker was doing the weather next door. These guys would all get together after work and go out, have dinner, have drinks, and I would observe them, and I could not believe it. They were telling these wonderful stories about things happening in our community, why we should care, how we are affected, and they were getting paid to do it. They were having so much fun to talk for a living, to get paid to talk for a living. By the end of the summer, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I went back and I majored in broadcast journalism. I minored in speech. And I decided, if I don't speak well, they won't hire me. I took more English courses, more writing courses, everything to make me a better journalist. Up until then, I had taken religion, philosophy, German, tennis. I'm wandering around there. Because what is communications? Is it TV? Is it radio? Is it newspaper? Is it public relations? It's all of those things and much more. Just because this generation would rather text than talk does not mean that you don't have the strength, the patience, the passion to succeed. And to remember, never give up. I return to Channel 3 every summer for an internship. and I can't tell you how valuable an internship is. The networking, the contacts, and just knowing that I want to do this, I have a passion for this, or even finding out this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. I was hired the day after graduation from Syracuse University. How fabulous to know that you have a job when you walk across that stage. Just because of the impression that I made during my internship, dressing the part, showing up on time, networking with the reporters and the news director, and nowadays, not sitting on Facebook or Instagram, showing a sense of urgency and passion for the job. So when a job opening became available, they called me. All of my hard work and perseverance paid off that May of 1978, the day after graduating from SU. I was hired as a reporter at WSBR, which would later become WSTN. In 1985, I was named the weekend anchor at Channel 3. In 1990, Jet magazine took notice, saying, 43 years after Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball, this Jackie Robinson is breaking the color barrier in a whole new area. I was named the 6 o'clock anchor at WSTM September 4th, 1990, and would later add every other weekday evening newscast to my duties. I retired September 4th, 2013. When I started, a woman was leaving to get married, and back then, there was a quota system. When a man left, they replaced you with another man. When a female left, they replaced you with another female. I was their first twofer, a minority and female. Have I faced racism, sexism, and discrimination? Yes, all of the above. But it only made me stronger. Rocks have been thrown in my path, but like Harriet Tubman, I refuse to give up. I'm a survivor that has beaten the odds. It's unheard of for an anchor to remain at one station for 34 years, 38 if you count the summer internships, with numerous owners, numerous general managers, numerous news directors and bosses. I never wanted preferential treatment, just the same treatment. I've had an amazing career at 1030 James Street, and it has been a privilege to deliver the news and to come into your homes each and every night. I'm humbled that my community involvement and speaking engagements have made me a role model. There was no greater honor than to be confused on a statewide Regents exam. The question seems simple enough. There's a number of outstanding Americans that have made contributions to society in the fields of politics, social reform, entertainment, the arts, and sciences. The tests gave the students the names Washington Irving, Theodore Roosevelt, Susan B. Anthony, John D. Rockefeller, and Jackie Robinson, and asked them to write an essay. The test makers thought the students would write about the Brooklyn Dodger who broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball. Instead, hundreds wrote about me, their homegrown anchor who broke the color barrier at WSTM. These students would have failed that statewide Regents exam because essays are weighted more than the multiple choice. But the State Department of Education and the Regents ultimately agreed that I met all the criteria. The students passed, and I was honored at the Egg in Albany by the governor as an outstanding African American of distinction in the state of New York. You never realize the impact that you have on others, visiting schools, speaking and lecturing at libraries, encouraging students to read, telling them to stay in school, to study hard, get good grades, and to seek out a mentor to cross any bridge that you might pass over. I tell them that you will fail many times trying to reach your goals, but never giving up. You will succeed. Remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars, to change the world. Never give up. Thank you.